Hey y'all, remember me? It's been a minute, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a while. So let me catch you guys up. Okay, if you don't know me, my name's Teresa. Hey, and I took a sabbatical in 2021. I quit my job, I sold my house and all my stuff, and I took off on a one-way flight to France. And I was supposed to stay for a year. That was the original plan. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I come back at the end of that year. So, yeah, I did it. And I, spoiler alert, I don't regret a thing. I don't regret a thing. But I came back in July of 2022. So I wound up staying 9 months. October. No, I left in November, December, 9 months is how long I stayed on my out and about in the world. And so I'm back. And I'd like to catch you up on, I've done some videos since I've come back, but let me just give you a round, the complete picture. If you're wondering what's it like to sell all your stuff and take off to travel the world, and then you don't stay out there. What happens when you come back? What's life like when you come back? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so where do I start? I really wanted to go through my, like the month November, um, just remembering my sabbatical and all the places I went and the things that I did and encountered. Um, I think I'll do that in a different video. This video, I'm going to focus on where I am now. So I'll start with today and then we can go backwards. So today is December 1st, and it's the first day of me going back to corporate America, which, yeah, I have mixed feelings about. Um, yeah. So, okay. So let's see. So I'll take you back to at the end of my sabbatical, at the end of the 9 months, I determined I had had enough of bouncing around the planet. And I just wanted to come back and figure things out here. When I came back, I came up with a plan. I think I shared it with you guys. I started my own business, and really, I started my business while I was out and about, but I wasn't serious about it because I was on sabbatical. Um, so I was just playing with some things like print on demand, building websites, doing a blog, learning how to do YouTube and make videos and edit and stuff like that. That's what I focused on while I was traveling. But when I came back, I focused on what was my business really going to be about, and I came up with like business consulting was the core of it, and I did some other things on the side, like training. Um, uh, I did some webinars, AI, and of course, I kept with my print on demand designs and things like that. So, as you know, it's been an interesting couple of years, several years. Um, just what's happening in the country. I don't have to go into detail about it. You know what's happening, and everybody has their own feelings about it. So I don't want to dive too deep into politics and things like that. But I will say I feel like we're in the midst of the fall of the United States empire. I think things are going to get worse before they get better. Um, and that leaves one in a challenging spot. Um, Trying to figure out what to do. What do you do with your life? What are your options? It's nice to have options, right? So, I have a meeting coming up, reminders popping up. Yeah, so it's nice to have options because some people don't have options. Um, so, there's that. But I came back and uh, I'm like, I need an income. My business, to be honest, was not, uh, I wasn't making enough money to sustain myself. And my daughter uh, was laid off in 2024 and got to the point where I had to move her out of her place to a less expensive place because I am footing her bill. Yes, she is grown, but she is my daughter, and I cannot just throw her out there to the wolves. She still needs continued assistance, and as her mom, I'm providing that. So my priorities changed. I had the luxury of trying out this entrepreneurial thing and trying to get it to grow. And because it wasn't growing at the rate that I needed it to, my priority became, girl, get the money coming in, get an income. You need some money coming in. So I went back to what I know, um, and that's corporate America. And I will not sit here and tell you that, oh, I just applied to a job and poof, it came about. I was applying for work um, over a year before I got uh, even an interview. I put out hundreds of applications. Uh, I had three three interviews, uh, really phone screenings. One stopped at the phone screen. They actually told me that the client did not want anyone who had a break in their employment. So they didn't like the fact that I took a sabbatical. So yeah, there are people out there. There are companies out there that have a problem with this sabbatical thing. And to me, that's their problem. I wouldn't want to work for them anyway. My days of killing myself for an employer are over. Um, so they're lost. And the other two, the first one, I did not get, I got past the phone screen. I got to the first interview with the hiring manager, and apparently I wasn't what they were looking for because I didn't get moved forward. And then this next one, it was just kind of like, it was weird. It was delayed. You know how they do. It's like, we need someone as soon as possible. And then they take a week or two to get back to you, and things kind of drag on. And then when they happen, it's like bam, 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 bam. So this one just kind of lined up. I had phone screen and then three interviews that followed after that. Um, and then I was offered the job. So yeah. So today's my first day back in corporate America. It is a remote job. It's not a remote anywhere. So I doubt I can leave the country with this job, but I haven't broached the topic. It is an international company. So we'll see. But anyway, yeah. So what can I tell you? I should have done this live because I'd really be interested in the questions that you have for me. Um, Maybe I'll do a live one day. I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's out there anymore on my channel. But here's the thing. I want to share. I am part of the Exodus Summit community, and I hear what people are saying. I'm on the different YouTube channels, and I know there are people out there wondering, what do I do? What happens if? Um, I think I'm an example of what happens if. And I'm not saying my story is a bad one. What happened to me is not bad. I don't have any nightmare stories to tell you, but I can tell you it's going to be okay, whatever you decide. And I'm happy to share my story for any of you that wonder. Okay, I get out here. Oh, okay, I sell everything. Okay, I quit my job. What then? I can tell you what then, from my perspective, from my experience. So yeah. Uh,
Awkward. So yeah, I have more to say, but I just drew a blank, and I felt like the video was long enough, and I wanted to get it out here. So you know what? I'm going to make more recordings and give you guys more scoop. So if you are interested in hearing more, please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, so you'll know when I post more and when I go live. Because I think I am going to do a live, and I'd really like to hear what you guys want to know, and it'll be like an ask me anything. So yeah. So hopefully you'll subscribe and come back. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.